CVA's AccuraSeries, Bagara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
This segment is being sponsored by Mowing and More, proudly serving Wilson County for over 15 years. Give them a call for all of your lawn care, landscaping, and irrigation needs.
All right, welcome back. This week's recipe of the week is being brought to you by Courtney's Restaurant and Catering, and he has a cappuccino machine now.
He does, and it's really good too.
I bet it is.
You can get different coffees, cappuccino, whatever you want. Go in there and see him. He's got it right now.
Well, check him out tomorrow. Starts the Mike Huckabee show, right?
Yeah, he's going to have that there in the morning at Courtney's tomorrow morning. They're going to be filming
at 8 o'clock.
I think it starts at 9 or 9:30,
okay.
something like that. Right. Yeah.
Hey, but we have our own professional,
our own celebrity chef in the house.
Chef, and that is Chris. And Chris, you've done it again, dude.
Well,
hey, let me tell you first off, because we won't be here next week.
Yeah.
But now you cannot miss Chris's recipe for next week.
Next week, that's right.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, there's not a safe duck out there. I swear to you. Feed them with bread, whatever. That is some of the best duck I've ever had in my life.
it was good, wasn't it?
It was. The positive word there because it didn't last.
Yeah. No, and what little bit was left, I actually carried into the office, and the ladies in there, they cleaned it up.
That was it.
Yeah.
I've just never had pastrami duck, and that is what it is.
That's what it is.
Oh my goodness! But tonight. Who do we need to thank for this?
Well, yeah, we need to thank Brian Montgomery for going on this elk hunt out west.
Did he get one?
He did.
Yeah.
He provided us the meat.
He provided this, and he gave us a hard time on back when I did that mule deer recipe. Didn't give him a shout out. For sponsoring the meat, you know, so we want to make sure we thank Brian for donating this elk tonight.
Right.
So,
well, what do you got?
So what I got here is basically, you know, it's cold and you want something that's going to stick with you.
And warm.
So what's better than a good stew? Just a good hearty stew. Basically, what you do is, you know, when you cut your neck roast up, your shoulder roast, you know. There's going to be pieces that you don't want to cut into steaks, but still is good meat.
Oh, yeah.
You just need to cook it longer and slower to break it down so it gets tender. But take that, get you some hot oil in a Dutch oven, and throw that meat in there and brown it on all sides.
So you cube it?
Yeah, cube it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Throw those in there and brown them real good. Then after you kind of get all your meat good and brown, I take all that out and set it on a plate. Then I'll throw onions, celery, bell peppers, a little more oil, and kind of stir them up good. All right, and kind of get them softened up and just where they're a little translucent in color. Get those going. Throw about 3-4 tablespoons of flour in there. Start your roux going. Okay. After you get that kind of browned up to the color that you want it, like a good chocolate milk color is usually pretty good. Then add 3 to 4 cups of beef broth, and then I usually throw about a cup of good, like a Merlot or just a good red wine in there and cook that down.
Now I know why I love him so.
Then after you do that, then put all your meat in there and bring that up to a boil.
Yeah.
And then cover it, turn your heat down, and just let that simmer for about an hour.
Okay.
And let that meat just simmer in that liquid. And then after that, throw your potatoes, some more onion, carrots. If there's any other vegetables you want to put in there, just add that in there. Bring that back up to a boil. Then cover it and let it go for about another hour. Periodically check on it and stir it. If you need to add a little more liquid to it, you know, just whatever consistency of the thickness that you want your stew, you either add some more liquid or if it gets where it's too runny, get you some some warm water and a little cornstarch and mix that up into a little slurry, and then just add a little bit of that at a time and thicken it back up.
Okay. Okay.
Now with this, the other thing, it's kind of like meatloaf. That's one of them things that's always better the next day after all that stuff sits and works together. You take that leftover stew, go over in the freezer section, like on down the ice cream aisle where the pies and all that stuff are, and get some puff pastry. All right, roll that puff pastry out. Take you a spoonful of that stew and put in that puff pastry and wrap it up, and it's basically just like a little hunter's pie. And they're good. They are just phenomenal when they're fresh out of the oven and that pastry's fluffy and crispy. But after they cool down, you can eat them cold just as well. Wrap them up in some foil and stuff them in your pocket. You head it out in the morning, sit in a stand. It's good.
That's awesome. Chris, we thank you for that, brother.
We already have. We thank you.
Yeah, we thank you already.
Guys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here in just a minute with a calendar of events for you and wrap up this week's Southern Woods and Waters.